Here's a piece of aspen I've already cut down to a nicer shape with a saw. I've also prepared some sketches to help with understanding the shape of a fox. And this shape right here is the first step of the process. The most important defining feature for now is the curve of the back. Then we need some curvature here too, and some lines drawn on the wood can really help with that. Alright, that's the first step. The second step is defining the neck and the edges of the face like this. Here it's important to initially leave some extra wood for the head because we don't want to accidentally make it too small before we even have a clue of any of the facial features. Here I'm making some sweeping cuts that gradually start resembling V cuts, so I'm cutting from both sides towards the neck. Now to the third step, creating a sweep right here to define the tail and the front paws just a little bit. Just nice and gentle sweeping cuts to slim down the body. Here you can already see the tail emerging a bit. The fourth step is the curve of the face. This is important to do pretty carefully because the facial shape is one of the important defining features of a fox. I'm just slimming it down, creating a snout shape from all of the angles. After that, the fifth step is the ears and the top of the head because they really help with defining the rest of the proportions. Be careful here with acknowledging the direction of the grain because sweeping along the grain can easily lead to chipping. The sixth step is making iterations on the previous steps. I like this way of whittling where all the features go from broader to more precise because all of the features relate to one another and therefore making one at a time can lead to weird proportions. Now I can see that, okay, the face is too wide and fix that. Then the jaw doesn't seem sharp enough. And bit by bit I'm making smaller and smaller adjustments and taking the shape closer to the shape of a fox without making big errors. Now that the face has a good basic shape, we need to do the same for the body. Just slimming it down from all the needed angles bit by bit. Whenever uncertain, I'll sketch it first and cut based on the lines. The tail starts to appear better when the other shapes and sizes get closer and closer. And when making cuts like this, I apply very little force so that the knife won't slip to the wrong places. We'll need to get back to the iterations again, but first the legs need some work. Just little sweeps to remove some wood to give the legs their shape. And then tiny V-cuts like this to separate the paws from each other and from the tail. And now back to the iterations. When whittling animal figures, I find that very gentle adjustments often have to be made in the very end of the process. Looking at images of foxes really help with this one, since it can be hard to just imagine the defining differences between a fox and a wolf, for example. The final step, carving the eyes of the fox, is just a small touch, but it can make or break the fox's face, so I recommend using a pencil first.